no, 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 they don't know. No, 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 they don't know. When I was 5, I would practice to be the first black James Bond. Or a Brit Will Smith.
Hi. Okay. The video I've been wanting to record. So I'll start first by saying the Premier League is back, baby. Yeah. So we're gonna quickly just get into the video. We're gonna jump in, and I'm basically just gonna be giving a summary of what's happened this month in the Premier League. But I'll be focusing mostly on Liverpool because guess what? I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been a Liverpool fan all my life. It's the only club I know. It's the only club I love. You never walk alone. So we'll get right into it. As usual, a bit of a music break. And yeah.
Or a Brit Will Smith blowing up spaceships with stars. I tried to be the best sweet boy singing them Cisco bars. My mom said find your craft or you'll find you're a master of none. I never chose one. So what? My dog, I'm a G. They say I'm too fast. So fast, got an ADHD. I killed the boredom. Bang bang, but I don't call them hoes. Call them bilingual. Bossa, body language counts too.
So the Premier League is back. And in this chapter we're gonna talk about sort of like the preseason activities. We'll talk about the new signings that came in. We're gonna also talk about the performance in the Community Shield, because to be honest, it's like the one real game I acknowledge in the preseason window. So yeah, Liverpool has had an amazing summer. I think anyone who follows the Premier League has heard more than enough about that by now. I'm just gonna go through a list of players that we've brought in and give a little bit on what I think. So we got in Georgi Mamajdavili. He's not a new signing. We signed him last window, and but he went right back out on loan to his to the club we bought him from. So to come in this season. So he's coming this season. So we've gone from selling Kelleher, which in most people's opinion and mine was the best number 2 in the league, to having Georgi Mamajdavili, who's not only brought the level of number 2 that much higher, but I think he's a long-term replacement for whenever Alisson will eventually leave the club. We also, as of tonight, we just completed the signing of Alexander Isak for a record fee of £130 million. So yeah, we had the whole rigmarole. I'm recording this on the 1st of September. So yeah, we had that little bit of a chuckle for a while. I'll explain a bit of my discomfort about, I guess, towards the end if I do remember, but I don't like this idea of that we have to wait to sign a player on, like, it didn't make sense to me. Isak wants to leave. The only responsibility Liverpool needs to meet is how much does the club want. Either meet it or we negotiate and we meet that price. But it felt like there was this extra layer of like, well, we're not going to sell him regardless of whether you can meet the price because we haven't gotten a replacement yet. Like, I don't know when that started to be a criteria, but like your ability to get a replacement shouldn't be my team's problem. But we'll move. We got Florian Wirtz for £120 million. And by the way, these deals are like I'm doing the main fee and the add-on fee as well, right? Hugo Ekitike, £80 million. Milos Kekes, £40 million from Bournemouth. Jeremy Frimpong, £30 million. I think he had a release clause, so that's why we were able to get him for so cheap. And we bought the young Italian boy Giovanni Leone, who I think is the plan is he's gonna be the replacement for Van Dijk eventually, because he's 6'5", he's 18, and he was the most talked about young star prospect in Italy last season. And also, as of today, we confirmed the signing of McGahey. Oh, sorry guys, correction. Apparently, I'm just hearing now as I was editing the video, the McGahey deal collapsed. I don't really know why yet, but I'll find out why and I'll have it show up on the screen. I'm really disappointed about that because I think we really need some extra bodies in the defense, but it is what it is. If they don't want to give him to us now, we'll get him to him. We'll get to him next summer and we'll take him for free, or maybe even in January. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, so go on with the video. So these are all the players we've brought in so far, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm giving this transfer window all around A plus. It's a fantastic window, and not only did we spend money, but we also sold players. So our net spend at the end of the window came to about, I think I was hearing 225, 250 million. We'll get into the Community Shield. I guess not analysis, just Community Shield summary. How I felt about the game. Again, I consider it the first official game of the season, but also it's the Community Shield. I was of the opinion that it would have been a nice tone setter. So we go in, we start the game, we win it. It would be a nice way to start the season to let the league know we're coming back to defend this title. I was serious. But credit to Crystal Palace, they played an amazing game. Eze, Gehi, the coach, they were fantastic. I think we led 2-0. They absorbed the pressure, came back 2-2 on the equalizer, and it went to penalty shootout, and they won on penalties. I think it was 4-3. Alisson saved a couple, their keeper saved a couple. I wrote down here on my notes signs of things to come for Liverpool. It got me a bit worried, I'm not gonna lie. Because, Slot, my man, what you doing? But I have faith in Slot. I'm not really tripping about that. So we braced up for the season, but it was clear we needed to, for me, it was clear we needed to figure out something for our defense. So yeah. So we'll do a bit of a break and then we'll go to the first game of the league. So we'll get into that next.
Body language counts too. Body language counts too. Quickie just something I don't know how to do. I want the long run. I want the long run. Pass this microphone. They say to slow down. Hold on. I drive better than you. I don't want promotion. No sir. I'm already CEO. I ain't crazy. Just hate the word no. So I'ma make my own rules like I'm Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe.
First game. That was Liverpool versus Bournemouth. And I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, guys. I was a bit worried because did we win? Yes. Did we win on the margins? Like the final score at the end of the game comfortably? Yes. 4-2. You see that, you're like, oh, that was an easy game. Sure. But it was anything but easy. We started off well, scored 2 goals. Ekitike bangs one in. Gakpo bangs one in. And then we drop. All of a sudden, Bournemouth is getting through our defense. They get 1, they get 2, they equalize, right? And before we go any further, credit to my boy Semenyo. I'm not really well versed with him, but there was the whole racist abuse incident that happened, and it made me feel disappointed that honestly it came from a Liverpool fan. But yeah, Semenyo comes in, bangs in 2 goals. Before you know it, it's 2-2. and everyone is like, what? In Anfield at that? So this one thing I'll give Arne Slot credit for is he seems, and I noticed this from last season. Number one, he doesn't panic. Number two, he's very good at changing tactics on the fly. He's not a static manager. And number three, he makes amazing subs. Like it's almost like he has like a foresight to know. Chiesa came in, a couple other players came in, but Chiesa came in and he bangs in a goal. First goal for Liverpool, 3-2. Of course, Salah does his thing, gets the ball, bangs in another goal, 4-2. The game is over. And you're like, you've gone from like, oh, we're leading 2-0 to like, oh, Semenyo brought it back 2-2 to like the high of like Chiesa scoring the game winner and then another high of Salah getting another opening day goal. And you're like so confused. You don't really know how to feel, right? And that's pretty much what summarized. But again, not only did he summarize what this season, I feel what this season is going to be about. It's going to be another slugfest because I think, right, you don't bring in 8 new players and just think they're just going to gel up right away. No, that's not going to happen. You need to give them time. So, and I think that's what we saw in this game, right? So far, the Bournemouth game has been won. So we'll move on to Premier League game number 2.
Marilyn Monroe. If they don't know my rules, what did they know? They don't know nothing. No. They don't know nothing.
We're at Premier League game number 2. And of course, I wrote down here, Newcastle versus Liverpool, the Isak derby. Long story short, it was clear, in my opinion, from the jump, that when they started the game, this was not the regular Newcastle. I think they wanted blood. It's the roughest game we've played so far. It was, in my opinion, the most intense game we played so far. Very little technical, just a lot of physicality. But guess what? We did the same thing we did against Bournemouth. We absorbed the pressure and went on to lead by 2-0. But then again, just like with the Bournemouth game, we relaxed in our defense and they came back and banged in 2 more goals, right? Bringing it to 2-2. So here we all are and we are like, oh, what's going on? Our boy Rio. And Rio, it was a beautiful pass. I remember Salah passed it in to the box and Szoboszlai did a dummy, like he was going to touch the ball, but he just dummied it through his legs. And Rio just curved the ball in. It was fantastic. It was an amazing goal. And I think Rio became like the youngest goal scorer for Liverpool or like in the Premier League history or something like that. So that was the game against Newcastle. And yeah, again, you left the match thinking, okay, we didn't play well, but somehow we came out with the win. The Bournemouth match, it was Chiesa and Salah making it 4-2. This match is Rio and Gomoa making it 3-2. But 2 games played out of 2, 6 points secured out of 6. We move on to the third game. So I'm going to let you guys have another music break and then we'll come in for the third game. And then after the third game, I'm then going to give a little bit of a summary on other teams throughout the league, going through week 1, 2, and 3 so far. So yeah.
Just hate the word no. So I'ma make my own rules like I'm Marilyn Monroe. If They don't know my rules.
So, the third game of the week, Liverpool versus Arsenal. Arsenal. I don't think they are going to win the league this season. I think we will. Last Liverpool will. But I think they are less likely to win it. Yes, they look like a more complete side. They've brought in Gyökeres, Eze, Noni Madueke, the guy that they subbed Saliba in with this game, Crespo, I think. They have a squad. Saka is injured right now, but when he comes back, even better. They have a squad, a proper squad. What's that their boy's name on the left back? Um, Miles Lewis Kelly. I think that's his name, right? Yeah. So they have a squad, but I don't think their coach is good enough. I don't think their coach is good enough, and the team hasn't convinced me yet. So, in the last 3 seasons, Arsenal has come second. They've had the best defense in the league, but do you know what they've never had? So I'll go on. So we had the game Liverpool versus Arsenal. Everybody else, of course, you could say at least game of the month. To be honest with you, I don't expect most of these big team games to be interesting anymore because the coaches get very technical, the gameplay gets very technical. Both sides try to cancel out each other's strengths, and everything just crawls to a halt. You need a moment of brilliance, and Szoboszlai gave us that today. He had a worldy free kick. I'm talking beautiful goal. It was just perfect. Everything about it was perfect, and that was all that was needed to win the game. Again, did we look convincing? No, we didn't. But guess what? At the end of the game, we've played 3 games, won 3 games. We've collected 9 points out of a possible 9 points. Yeah, I think I'm happy with the team so far. I've mentioned those who need to work on what they need to work on. And it's like, keep doing your thing. Get us those wins. Let's back this Premier League. Let's do this.
I ain't crazy, just hate the word no. So I'ma make my own rules like I'm Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe. If they don't know my rules, what do they know? They don't know nothing. No, 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 no. They don't know nothing. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. They don't know nothing. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. They don't know nothing.
So, we're going to talk about some other teams in the league. Namely, we're going to start. So, we're going to do week 1, week 2, then week 3. So for week 1, I wanted to highlight the Arsenal versus Man U game, Manchester United. I didn't watch the game, but I watched highlights. I watched the highlights and I saw a lot of punditry and comments on the fact that Man U was the better team on the day and were unlucky to lose the game, which is fair enough, right? But again, if I'm gonna sit here and say Liverpool not playing well and winning a game is a sign of champions, it also shows that Arsenal not playing well but winning a game, eking out a win is also a sign of winners. They looked a little bit wobbly in their first game. Tottenham won their first game. Man City, I think, won their first game as well. They were both looking good on the first week. So kudos to 2 of them. Tottenham especially. I am looking forward to what they're gonna do this season. I think their coach, Thomas Frank, I think he's a real one. Like, I think he's a real one. He knows what he's really doing. And they've had a good window. They brought Xavi Simons. They've brought what's the name of that guy from, is it West Ham or Aston Villa? The Ghanaian boy. So yeah, I think Tottenham is gonna surprise us this. I think Tottenham is easily gonna be in top 4. So also, yes, at the end I'm gonna give my European sports prediction and my relegation prediction. So for week 2, we have Man City versus Tottenham Hotspurs. And of course, after hailing Man City for the first week, they go lose 2-0 to Tottenham. Of course, Chelsea, I think Chelsea won 5-1 or 5-0 after drawing, they drew their first game, I believe. Arsenal, I think they beat Leeds 5-0 or 6-0 or something like that. So, of course, but then it's a championship side, but a win is a win. A win is a win. So, and they took the win in style 5-0. Manchester United, what did Manchester United do? They lost to Arsenal 1-0. And although I'll give them a bit of a break for that, but then they went and drew against Fulham, right? And then midway through the second week of the season, they lost to Grimsby Town, a League Two team, right? Jesus, Man City, Man U, sorry. It's sad seeing them this way. It is. They struggled against Burnley. I think they were leading 2-0. Burnley came back 2-2. And if not for Bruno Fernandes penalty that made it 3-2, we could have been looking at another draw. Man City, woo wee! Man City has lost their second game in a row. So out of 3 games this season, Man City only has 3 points. They lost their game to Tottenham 2-0, and they lost to Brighton 2-1. It's looking worrisome for Man City. Chelsea. They won their game against West Ham in the second week, and I think they also won their game against Fulham 2-0, which is expected, right? Like it's Fulham, you should be winning that game. Everton, Everton is a team that I've been worried for. I see them like our junior brother team because they are also from Liverpool, and I've been worried for them. And also another team I want to shout out is Sunderland. Sunderland, I think, also has 6 points. They've been promoted from the Premier Championship, and how they have 6 points, I don't know. Sunderland, my shout out for the season. I'm really impressed with what they've been doing. I'm really, really, really impressed. So, yeah, my predictions. Number one, I think Liverpool is going to win again. Two, I think Arsenal will come second for the fourth time in a row. Three, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Chelsea will come third. I think Chelsea will come third. I think Tottenham will come fourth. I think Tottenham will come fourth. And I think Man City will come fifth. So they will still get Champions League, but they're not looking impressive. But this is just again, it's a prediction. I could completely boof all of this, and Man City goes on and gets their title back because they this is the shit they do normally. So let's not forget that Man City does this. They start the season like shit and then end up winning it comfortably. So don't sleep on them. It will be to your own detriment if you sleep on them. Um, for sixth position, now let me see. You know what? I think I'm gonna make a bit of a crazy prediction here, right? I think I'm gonna make a bit of a crazy prediction here, and I'll say Newcastle is gonna finish sixth, and Everton will finish seventh. That's my prediction for the European places. Everybody else between that and relegation, you can sort yourselves out. And for the teams that are going back to relegation, I think this season will break the cycle of clubs going or coming up and going back down because I think one team would make it through, and that team is Sunderland. I think Sunderland is going to make it through. I don't know where they will finish, but I don't think they will get relegated. So my prediction for the teams that will go down, Wolves will finish 18th, Leeds will finish 19th, and I think Burnley will finish 20th. That's my prediction for the league this season. Before I go, if anybody in Liverpool admin is listening to this, come close. I'm going to whisper, but my brother seems to be well, he's not a Liverpool fan, but he seems to be convinced. My baby brother seems to be convinced that he can play for Liverpool. Left back apparently is his choice position. So if any of you are watching this, you're looking for. He's okay with not being in the first team, so he's 14. So, but let me know. Reach out. I got my email, Twitter, all the stuff on the channel. Reach out. I think he will surprise you guys. So yeah, that's for you, little bro. So for these Chaos FC videos, I'm still deciding whether I want them to be every 2 weeks or at the end of every month. But I think it will depend on the number of games that we play per month. So if it's a month where we are playing a lot of games, you guys will get it. You guys get two of these in that month. So one at the second week mark and one at the end of the month. But if it's a month like this where, for example, Liverpool only played 3 games, you're gonna get a video at the end of the month. So I think that's how we're gonna do it for now. If there are any changes, I'll let you guys know.
New videos uploaded every week. So subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy the journey.
What do they know? What do they know? Na 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 na. Na 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 na.